To undo my tilt block, but I'm kind of weak, so just here. Or around. Wait, is lane 1 closest to me? Okay. This is a different tripod than before. Oh, I don't like going back. I'll zoom out a bit. Because right now, in the way the we could like okay. Oh, this is vibe. I'll just follow whoever can do it. Maybe like what lane? I'm gonna go. Wow. And then I'm gonna be like, yeah. Let it vibe. I'm gonna lock that.
You guys get the heat sheets? Yeah, thank you. Well, thanks for being here. I'm Matt with AD. Thanks for
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen, from Mattia Valley High School in Aurora, Illinois. This is Dominic Liacani alongside my partner, Jack Ashby, bringing you the IHSA Girls Sectional Swimming Meet here today. We've got a good one for you with 12 stacked teams lined up and ready to go here for the sectional meet. Jack, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Dom. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, getting ready for some great action here from Mattia Valley, and Aurora should be a good one. Like I said, we've got a great lineup of swimmers getting ready to go here today.
Indeed, Dom. Some of the greatest teams around the Chicagoland area battling it out here at Mattia Valley. It'll be some exciting races here today.
I couldn't agree more with you today. If you look at the power rankings in the IHSA here, brought to you by Top Times, 6 of the 12 teams represented here today in the sectional are in the top 20 and 5 are in the top 10. So obviously we've got some powerhouses here. We've got some competition, and it's going to be a good one. It's going to be exciting. The races are going to be fun to watch, and they're going to be close as well.
For sure, Dom. I don't think it's going to be a clear winner here today. I think it'll be a battle to the final heat. Indeed, very competitive race here today.
Now, before we get into our swimming portion here, we do want to go over the diving results here for the top 6 here. Jane Reese out of Neuqua Valley High School will take first place in this one with a total score of 449.5. Coming in second is her counterpart from Neuqua, Peyton Orlo, followed by Amanda Spangler out of the Plainfield Co-op. Then Riley O'Brien out of Oswego's Co-op, and her counterpart comes in fifth as well, Amelia Saraga. And in sixth to round it out is Logan Selski out of Plainfield Co-op.
You can see here Neuqua Valley, clearly a great powerhouse for the dive team. They secure the top 2 spots in the sectionals as well, as they secure their top place.
So now we get ready for the first event of the day and the first heat of the day. It'll be the 200-yard free. And here is the first heat here. And lane 3 is Norsks from St. Francis, followed by Sarah Rush in lane 4 from Mattia Valley. Lutzenkirchen in lane 5 out of West Aurora, and Anna Mueller will round it out, as well as she is from St. Francis in lane 6. So 2 St. Francis swimmers on opposite lanes here in lanes 3 and 6, and Mattia and Wheaton Academy to round it out as we get set for the first heat of the first event today. Again, Dominic Liacani, Jag Ashby here from Neuqua Media. So glad to bring you the girls IHSA sectional meet here from Mattia Valley High School. And 12 teams all fighting for a sectional plaque here today. As we wait for this first heat of the first event to get started, let's go over who our competitors are here today. In this Mattia Valley sectional meet, we got IMSA, the Illinois Math and Science Academy. Obviously, the host Mattia Valley here, followed by Rosary and Waubonsie Valley. West Aurora joins the mix as well with Bennett Academy. Naperville Central, Neuqua Valley, Naperville North, Oswego's Co-op and Plainfield's Co-op, and Wheaton Academy.
two clear teams here to watch today are Oswego and Neuqua Valley. Two great competitors that have a clear shot at taking the sectional plaque, as you mentioned earlier, Dom.
Right, and thanks to Top Picks with the rankings 2 and 3 go Neuqua Valley and Oswego's co-op, so we should see some exciting races between the two as well. Metea Valley, Rosary, Oswego, Plainfield, and Neuqua Valley are all in the top 10, thanks to provided by Top Picks for the IHSA Girls Swimming Power Rankings.
And as you were talking about those top teams, Dom, that's some of the reason why this will be such a competitive meet here today. It shouldn't be a clear winner off the start. I think it should be a pretty tightly competitive meet here for each and every team.
Well, absolutely, Jack. It's going to be exciting like we've stated before. As we still get set to start the first heat of the first event. It will be the 200-yard freestyle. And this is one of the longer ones, Jack.
For sure. It takes a lot of endurance to make sure that you have a steady pace all around, not starting off too fast or too slow. Knowing when to pace yourself is the key to this race, as well as the 500-yard, which we'll see in the number 7 for the events. We'll see that for the 7th event. So you got to know how to time yourself appropriately for each specific event, and it'll come back to bite you if you don't.
Well, looking at the seed times here, it looks like Sarah Rush out of Metea definitely has the advantage. She has the lowest seed time of 2:09:32.
For sure. Right out of the DVC, Sarah Rush, obviously one of the top swimmers for Metea Valley. Maybe she'll be able to give them a first boost out of the blocks for Metea, getting them some points on the board.
So let's see if she can make a good first impression here out of Metea's own sectional. As we still wait to get underway. Again, with the first heat of the first event.
And as you're talking about Metea's team earlier, Dom, it's great to mention that they have, of course, home field advantage. They're used to swimming in their own pool, which obviously would give them a boost of confidence as well, you'd imagine.
Now, I would agree with you there, Jack. It definitely is going to help Metea out, especially because they know their pool so well. So look out for them, number 6 on the power rankings from Top Picks. And they are still able to have a great program even with the loss of McKenna Stone in the offseason.
For sure. McKenna Stone transferred over to Neuqua Valley, giving them a great boost to their status to state championships within the last few years as well. But yeah. Metea Valley is still doing a great job of a consistent team as well.
And what also is notable is Rosary was the state champion 3 years ago, just before Neuqua Valley went back-to-back in 2018 and 2019. So look out for them as well. And like we've said before, this is a stacked sectional here out of Metea Valley. So it should be a good one, folks. Don't go anywhere. We've got this great live coverage of Metea Valley's girls swimming sectional right here on Neuqua Media. And here we go. We'll start the first heat. 2 St. Francis swimmers, Wheaton Academy and Metea Valley swimmer. And here they go. Here comes lane 4, Sarah's Rush from Metea Valley with the early lead, and right behind her are St. Francis and Wheaton Academy. And here they are, getting ready to finish their first 50.
Sarah Rush doing a great job of pacing herself, getting a great lead from Mattia Valley so far. We'll see if she's able to keep that up.
Yeah, it's all Sarah Rush right now. She holds a slight lead, starting to expand a little bit here over Wheaton Academy. And St. Francis is Margaret Norski. Still Sarah Rush, though, in lane 4. A great start. She will extend her lead even more as she makes the turn.
Indeed, starting to pull away from Wheaton Academy. I think Sarah Rush has claimed this heat herself.
Well, look out for Lutzenkritzker here. She's trying to catch up, but Rush keeping a nice distance from her. Lutzenkritzker doing a great job with the underwaters, pushing off the wall, trying to get that lead back, but Rush able to do her work with the out of waters. And she makes a turn with the last 50 coming up for her. It's still Sarah Rush with Wheaton Academy's Lutzenkritzker right behind her.
Wheaton Academy trying to do everything they can to keep up with Sarah Rush, but Mattia Valley is able to maintain a great and safe lead, which will give them the first place finish for Sarah Rush of the first heat.
Last 25 right now. Here comes Sarah Rush from Mattia Valley. And she will finish first. Great start for the Mustangs here as they host the sectional. And it couldn't be more fitting that they start the day with a win. Lutzenkritzker in second. And Sarah Rush finishes in first with a time of 2:07.14.
And that'll be about 2 seconds below her original seed time. So we'll see if 2:07 is the time to beat in the next heat.
So let's get set for this next heat as they bring the swimmers out. Obviously trying to respect the social distancing and the different guidelines put in place here. No spectators here from Mattia Valley High School, but we're glad you can join us here with this live coverage. And we're glad to bring it to you here from Mattia Valley and Nequa Media on YouTube.
And as you're talking about the social distance precautions earlier, Dom, IHSA has done a great job of organizing the sectional meet, thinking on their feet in ways that they're able to enforce social distancing guidelines while being able to have a competitive race here today.
So here we go with heat number 2. West Aurora's Kylie Laha in lane 2. Kylie Mears out of Wabanzi Valley in lane 3. Isabel Delgado in lane 4 out of Mattia Valley. Jacqueline Yap from Bennett in lane 5. Kelly Fitzgerald in lane 6. And Callie Marriott from Bennett in lane 7. Here we go. Heat number 2 starts now of the 200-yard free. Right now it is Wabanzi and Mattia fighting it out for first. They make the turns first out of the group, and the pack's looking to stay together right now. Isabella Delgado in lane 4, fighting with Kylie Mears in lane 3. Mattia and Wabanzi going at it right now. 2 District 204 schools out of Aurora, Illinois. Watch out, though, for lane 6's Kelly Fitzgerald from Plainfield. She's got a third place spot right now. Right now, though, it's Delgado and Mears fighting it out for first place. Delgado with a slight lead over Mears. Still with Plainfield right behind them. And they make the turn at an almost identical time there, Jack.
For sure, Mears and Delgado keeping neck and neck with each other, but it appeared that Kylie Mears was off to a very quick start. We'll see if that energy early on drains her as they take this next turn.
Delgado still with a tight lead over her counterpart Mears from Wabanzi. Here comes Mears. They take the turn at the same time. Delgado starting to try and pull away, but Mears saying, oh, no, you don't. And here they go. This should be the last 25, I believe. And they are going to push it to the finish. It's Mears and Delgado fighting for first. Mears starting to emerge in first. Kylie Mears takes first away from Mattia Valley's Isabella Delgado.
And as I was talking about earlier, Mears off to a great start, but Delgado off to a quicker start, which could have drained some of her energy there, costing Mattia Valley.
Just about 0.8 of a second separating those two, but a great job from Waubonsie Valley's Kylie Mears to come back and win that heat.
Kylie Mears with the fastest time so far out of the two heats. We'll see if anyone is able to take the time of 1:59.04 in the next and third heat.
And there will be 4 heats for each event here at the sectional meet. Then we'll take a look at the next heat. It'll be the third of 4 here for the 200-yard free. Sophia Hayes from Naperville Central in lane 2, followed by Lizzie Patterson of Naperville North in lane 3. Samantha Weigel from Naperville Central in lane 4. Elizabeth Roski from Rosary in lane 5. Petrus from the Plainfield Co-op in lane 6. And Grace Bergman in lane 7 from Waubonsie to finish it out.
Lanes 3 through 5 have a very tight seed time of all 1:58 and within 20 milliseconds within each other.
So here's heat number 3 of the 200-yard free, with Central in lane 2, Naperville North in lane 3, Naperville Central in lane 4, Rosary in lane 5, the Plainfield Co-op in lane 6, and Waubonsie in lane 7. And they all make the turn almost at the same time here. And this one is tight so far.
Indeed, Dom, it appears that lanes 2 and 3 are starting to pull away from Naperville Central, Naperville North.
Look at Lizzie Patterson from Naperville North with a slight lead over Naperville Central's Sophia Hayes. Now North starting to pull away more. So is Central in lane 2. Again, North in lane 3, Central in lane 2. Patterson from North in lane 3 with a lead here, but look out for Sophia Hayes in lane 2 from Central. You can see the strokes out of the water starting to become more aggressive from Hayes here, Jack.
For sure. You don't want to drain too much of that energy, though. Trying to keep up with Patterson. Neck and neck so far. It appears that Patterson has a slight lead, but Hayes losing a little bit of energy here. It's pretty apparent.
Still Patterson in lane 3 from North with the lead. And now look at lane 5's Samantha Weigel starting to catch up on Sophia Hayes. She takes it from her. Here is Patterson to the finish. That one's going to be close, Jack.
For sure. And I was just talking about earlier, Sophia Hayes too strong of a start off, and that will drain some of her energy, leaving Weigel, her counterpart.
Wow. Look at that. 0.08 of a second separating first and second place. And it will be Lizzie Patterson from Naperville North taking that heat.
And now the new time to beat is 1:56.11. And that'll come from, indeed, Liz Patterson from Naperville North.
And what a job she did to keep her lead. The IHSA state qualifying times here for this event is 1:54.88. And the only one here on this heat that would qualify is Rachel Steggy. In fact, she's the only one in this event that will qualify for state here. Lauren Wild from Oswego in lane 2. Tiffany Ruan, the Wildcat from Neuqua Valley, in lane 3. Rachel Steggy in lane 4, also from Neuqua Valley. Holly Weasel for Naperville North in lane 5. Corin Guist from Oswego in lane 6. And Megan Ang from Rosary in lane 7. Here is heat 4-4, the final heat of the 200-yard free. And it's Rachel Steggy right now, followed by Tiffany Ruan to start. Rachel Steggy still with a nice lead. You can see the coaches on the side of the pool cheering their athletes on, telling them to get going. It's Steggy, followed by Ruan.
Fearful of Ruan losing the second place. Coach is trying to cheer them on as Rachel Steggy is an apparent first place finisher, but Ruan lagging behind a little bit, not wanting to lose her place.
Well, Holly Weasel in lane 5, catching up a little bit to Ruan. And now look at Lauren Weil from Oswego as well, starting to catch up on the Wildcat. But all Rachel Steggy right now, she is dominating with a comfortable lead right now here in the final heat of the 200 free. And a fight for second between Oswego, Neuqua Valley, and Naperville North.
And it appears Weil will take over Ruan
for that second place spot, as you were saying, Jack. And here comes Rachel Steggy continuing to expand her lead, but look out for Weil from Oswego in lane 2. Right now it's pretty tight for third as well between Ruan and Weasel.
I'm sure Ruan wanted to get off a strong start with her counterpart Rachel Steggy, but she was unable. And she will take the fourth place finish for Tiffany Ruan.
So Rachel Steggy, who has been set, or will be set to go to the Olympic trials later next year, is no surprise she takes this event with the top time of 1:52.11, or excuse me, 1:46.40. And that was outright domination, 3 seconds separating her in second place.
Indeed, Dom. No surprise that Rachel Steggy off to a strong start. Ruan trying to stay with her, but eventually unable to, falling back to fourth place from Oswego, as Lauren Weil will take second place.
And she did a good job of coming back, because Ruan looked to have second place locked up from the start, but it looks like she ran out of gas a little bit at the end. She'll still take fourth, but put the Wildcats in a nice position. But what a job from Rachel Steggy, no surprise. Again, the junior Olympian does a great job, and she'll take the event with the top time.
Indeed, Neuqua Valley doing a great job of planning themselves early with the 200-yard freestyle, but Oswego doing a great job as well. It's a very tightly contested race so far.
And that is why Neuqua Valley has been on top of the state for the past 2 years, because of performances like that from Rachel Steggy. Then also you can see why Oswego is ranked so highly in third in the power rankings, because performances like that as well from Lauren Weil. So we've got ourselves a meet today, Jack. It's going to be tight all day, and we are excited to bring it to you here live on Nikwa Media.
In third place, Wessels from Naperville North with an IHSA qualifying time of 1:51:41. In second place, Willie from Oswego with an IHSA qualifying time of 1:49:74. And in first place, Steggy from Eagle Valley with an IHSA qualifying time of 1:46:40.
Rachel Steggy taking first out of Nikwa Valley. She will have that IHSA qualifying time. Followed by Weil from Oswego, with Ruan right behind them.
Indeed, Ruan and Stiggy able to secure 2 top qualifying IHSA times for the Wildcats.
Again, those top 2 finishes, or excuse me, those top 5 2 finishers for Nikwa Valley are really the reason why they have been so dominant for the past 2 years. So here is the first heat of the 200-yard IM. The next event, just 3 swimmers here in the first heat. Bridget Kenny out of St. Francis in lane 3, followed by Avery Ball in lane 4 from Waubonsie Valley. And Ashley Heatland from West Aurora finishes it out in lane 5. And heat number 1 starts now, with Avery Ball from Waubonsie Valley right now securing a strong lead from the start.
Some very athletic strokes from Ball out of Waubonsie, able to secure a first place finish in this heat. Not even close.
Again, the IHSA qualifying time here for the 200-yard IM is 2:08:95 as Ball gets onto her next 50 with the backstroke. And there is nobody else in the frame with her, except just at the end. There we saw Bridget Kenny from Ashley Heatland from Wheaton Academy. It is all Avery Ball right now from Waubonsie Valley, as she is halfway done, and she will go into the breaststroke.
She keeps herself very calm and composed throughout the race, able to secure a good first place finish in this heat.
She should take first. She has a monumental lead over her other 2 competitors in this heat. And great underwaters there. Doesn't stay underwater for too long, Jack, but like you said, she is so smooth with her strokes that she is able to keep increasing and expanding with her lead.
For sure, that very wide wingspan is able to make her swim a lot more easier and gain more length in the pool.
Here we go, last 50, the freestyle. This is really where we should see Ball kick it into high gear. Last 25 now, she makes the turn, and really no doubt about it here from this point. Avery Ball from Waubonsie Valley is going to take first in this heat with a dominant finish over St. Francis and Wheaton Academy. Wow.
For sure, great start for Waubonsie Valley. Let's see if that's able to give them some momentum heading into the next few heats.
Wheaton Academy finishes in second, with St. Francis behind to round it out in third. But what a job from Avery Ball out of Waubonsie Valley High School. With a time of 2:23.63. That isn't a IHSA state qualifying time, but that secures a win in heat number 1. And she was crushing her competition as we get ready to head into heat number 2, Jack.
For sure, while she does not qualify for an IHSA state time, she should be very proud of herself, doing a great job in her own heat. We have to see what Waubonsie Valley is able to do in the next heat to secure an IHSA time for their school.
Heat number 2 coming up next. Abigail Sheldon from St. Francis to start it in lane number 2. Ashley Frankowiak from Plainfield's co-op team in lane 3. Mara Fitzgerald from Bennett in lane 4. Allison Jurek from Naperville Central in lane 5. Kaylee Lundberg from West Aurora in lane 6. And Julia Buchenauer in lane 7 from Waubonsie Valley High School. So we've had some tight competition so far here today, Jack. It's been fun watching these athletes compete, and it's going to be expected throughout the rest of the day here at Metea Valley High School.
For sure. In lane 5, you have Allison Jurich from Naperville Central, also a great swimming team. You have to watch out for her as well if you're other competing schools in this specific heat.
And you're right, again, like you said, such a great team that Naperville Central has, top 20 in the state. Thanks to top times from the power rankings of the IHSA. As they give a wave to our cameras. And here we go with heat number 2. Right now it is lane 4's Fitzgerald from Bennett with a lead over the competition. She makes a turn first. Right now, though, Jurich from Central trying to catch up to her, as well as Frankowiak from the Plainfield Co-op. Still Bennett with a slight lead in lane number 4 as they go into the backstroke. And Bennett and Central making the turns first. Central's Jurek starting to try and get a lead here over Bennett, but it's still close here as we head into the breaststroke. And now here comes Naperville Central, great underwaters, Jack. We love to mention how great they are.
For sure, at all levels, it's very important that you time your underwaters correctly. It can be a deal breaker when it comes to each and every race.
It's Central's Allison Jurich with a lead now over Bennett's Fitzgerald here as we get ready to transition into the final 50. The freestyle coming up now. Jurich and Fitzgerald fighting now. Jurich starting to pull away from her Bennett competition. Freestyle really doing her good so far. Last 25, the Red Hawks starting to expand over the Red Wing. And here she comes for first place in heat number 2. It's Allison Jurich from Naperville Central. The Red Hawk takes first in this heat.
Fitzgerald from Bennett Academy was able to have a first lead start at the beginning of the event, but Jurich able to overtake the Red Wing.
Jurich just missing the IHSA qualifying time for state by around 3 seconds, but she did a great job of holding the lead over her Red Wing competition.
For sure, you ought to be proud of yourself in such a tight race like that. Coming back from a second place finish all the way to a first place finish was not easy for the Red Hawk.
So Central will take that heat. Allison Jurich from Central in lane 5 comes in first, and here we go with heat number 3 of the 200-yard IM. Tabitha Torres from Bennett Academy in lane 2. Ellie Hughes in lane 3 from Mattia Valley, followed by Amanda Ning from Naperville North. Sophie Meng, the Wildcat from Neuqua Valley in lane 5. Kesley Weasel in lane 6, the Husky from Naperville North. And Bridget Pollard in lane 7, part of the Plainfield Co-op team. And here we go with heat number 3 of the 200-yard IM. Again, Dominic Leacani, Jack Ashby. So glad you can join us here on Neuqua Media to give you live coverage of the Mattia Valley girls swimming sectional. There they go. Heat number 3 of 4 of the 200-yard IM, and right now the Mustangs and Huskies fighting it out for first with the Wildcats in lane 5 with them as well. It's a 4-way race for first, 5-way race for first, if you will. Looked like Ning, Meng, Hughes, and Weasley all took the turn at almost the same time. And here we go. Amanda Ning using the backstroke to her advantage to start to take a lead here in this third heat.
And indeed, it'll be Ning pulling away for Naperville North, able to block out her counterpart, Sophie Meng, or excuse me, her opponent, Sophie Meng. Hughes from Mattia, Meng from Neuqua, and Pollard from the Plainfield Co-op, all fighting for first. As here's the last 25 of the breaststroke. Hughes and Ning fighting right now for first. Hughes using the breaststroke as a chance to catch up to the Husky. They make the turn at almost the same time, and it'll be a full-out race, just like there and back. For first place in this heat, Hughes and Ning fighting it out. It's Ning right now. She's got a slight lead over Hughes. Takes the transition first, and here's the last 25. North and Mattia battling it out here in heat number 3 of the 200-yard IM. Naperville North, slight lead over Mattia. And it's going to be Amanda Ning from Naperville North to take first in the third heat, with Sophie Meng from Neuqua Valley coming in third. It was apparent that Hughes was very fatigued coming on that final turn of the 25. And that's what gave Amanda Ning that little boost right there in order to take the first place finish.
So places 1 and 2, Amanda Ning and Hughes are both going to qualify for state, as the IHSA state qualifying time was 2:08.95.
And these will be the first of the day for the IEM, the first 2 qualifying times for the IHSA. Overall, great race for that one, Dom.
What excitement.
For sure, a tight-knit race that was down to the wire.
And that is what we are hoping to expect from the rest of the day. Wow, though, what a race as we head into heat number 4. Skadorski from Oswego in lane number 2 to start off heat 4. Patel from Rosary in lane 3. McKenna Stone, the Wildcat from Neuqua Valley, and the transfer from Mattia in lane 4, brought from Rosary in lane 5. Another Skradowski in lane 6 from the Oswego Co-op as well. And Paige Collins in lane 7 from Naperville Central.
I'm sure it feels good for McKenna Stone back in her former pool.
Might be bittersweet for her with her last ever high school race coming from where she started it all, as she will fight for first right now and start to pull away a little bit. And we know McKenna Stone and her butterfly time being elite, winning state last year for the 100-yard fly, as she's in first right now, fighting with Paige Collins from Central. And Paige Collins actually taking the lead here over Stone, but now Stone is going to use the backstroke to catch up to her and take a lead, and Collins is struggling a little bit with the backstroke as she falls down a few places, but still Stone with a nice lead now.
Indeed, Collins wanting to keep up with Stone, but unable to. Now she falls back to the 5th place. Off to too much of a strong start, wasting her energy.
You could definitely tell that Collins' strong suit was the butterfly to start it out, but McKenna Stone with a nice lead over to Rosary swimmers to her left and right. Rosary's Patel and Brought are almost mirroring each other right now behind McKenna Stone from Neuqua Valley High School. She still has a strong lead as she goes in the last 50 with the freestyle, using the underwaters to her advantage, and she will start to pull away. She did set the Neuqua Valley pool record with a time of 23.4 with her 50-yard free, and she is really gonna step on the gas pedal here and will expand her lead over Rosary. McKenna Stone takes first in the final heat.
McKenna Stone, overall, a great, well-rounded swimmer for the Wildcats, a great piece of weaponry for the Wildcats, as she will most definitely secure a IHSA state time.
And what a job there for McKenna Stone. 2 minutes, 75 milliseconds.
Almost a sub 2 minute, but not enough.
Very close, Jack. And the top 5 places in this event will qualify for the IHSA state meet, or excuse me, the IHSA state time. And we will get ready here to give you the honors from this event. That'll do it for the 200-yard IM, as we get set to bring you the honors and the winners of this event. Again, don't go anywhere, folks. Dominic Liacani, Jack Ashby for Neuqua Media, bringing you live coverage of the IHSA girls sectional swimming meet here from Metea Valley High School in Aurora, Illinois. Excited you can join us here. Happy you could join us here. And we are happy to bring you this meet, especially during these strange times.
For sure, Dom. And when you look at the race so far, or the meet, excuse me, you look at Nico Valley and Rosary as well as Oswego doing a great job of staying neck and neck with each other. Rosary able to secure the top places. Excuse me, top second and third places in the IM.
In ninth place, Bang, Nico Valley. In eighth place, Sikorsky from Oswego. In seventh place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 2:08:20, Haley Hughes. In sixth place, from Oswego, with an IHSA qualifying time of 2:07:98, Alexis Sikorsky. In fifth place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 2:07:50, from Naperville North, Amanda Mead. In fourth place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 2:06:71, Paige Collins from Naperville Central. In third place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 2:03:84, Izzy Patel from Rosary. In second place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 2:03:75, from Rosary, Alyssa Waltz. And in first place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 2 minutes and 75.75, and a new pool record, Ken Stone from Nico Valley.
Wow, a new pool record, I believe he just said, Jack, for McKenna Stone, as she will take first place, followed by Brought and Patel from Rosary. But what a job from McKenna Stone, especially coming back to where she started her high school swim career. And she sets the pool record for the 200 IM.
For sure, Dom. When you talk about the school record in the pool, this is not her first pool record she's had, and it'll be one at Metea and multiple others as well.
Well, what an exciting swimmer she is. Again, like we said or mentioned before in the broadcast last year, she did win state for the 100-yard fly, and no surprise that she was dominant here in Rosary as well with Broughton Patel. They did a great job to secure 2 and 3 for them. That'll put some points on the board as well, and no surprise there from the 2017 IHSA state champions.
For sure, Nico Valley as well as Oswego not too far behind them, off to a great start here for the IHSA sectional meet here at Metea Valley.
So here is event number 3. This is the 50-yard free. This is just a straight race here, Jack, as I like to call it. And here we go with heat number 1.
Definitely one of the more action-packed races here.
It'll be St. Francis, West Aurora, Bennett, 2 IMSAs, and St. Francis, lanes 2 through 7. First time we've seen IMSA today, the Illinois Math and Science Academy. And here we go. Norski from St. Francis, Leslie from Wheaton Academy, Smith from Bennett, McBride from IMSA, Oquindo from IMSA, and Tottenham from St. Francis. And right now it is lane 3's Delaney Smith from Bennett with a tight lead, I believe, over Wheaton. And that'll be close. Let's check out on the leaderboard who took that one. Wow, what a finish. 0.02 of a second. Are you kidding me? 27-24 and 27-26 separate those two swimmers. Delaney Smith just edges out Emma Leslie for first place. So Bennett over Wheaton Academy in that one.
For sure, Dom. You talk about the close race that we've had here today, but across the whole season in the DVC, there's been multiple races where there have been times as close as 100th of a millisecond. You really can't get any closer than that.
So excuse me, that was West Aurora and not Wheaton. Wow.
And that'll be IMSA's first debut here today.
And here is heat number 2 with Wabanzi, Bennett, Mattia Central, another Mustang for Mattia, and another Warrior. And here we go with heat number 2. Well, right now it is lane 5 Sanders from Naperville Central with the lead over Mattia. Sanders just trying to edge out Mattia. Might have been Mattia there first though, Jack. Wow, another close finish. Once again, 0.02 of a second separating lanes 4 and 5. That's Allison Leslie of Mattia and Jessica Sanders of Central. Leslie, though, from Mattia will take first in that heat.
A great race from Mattia Valley all across the board here for today with their home meet, but very close to a qualifying time, but not close enough as we have the third heat.
Here is heat number 3. It's going to be Central in lane 2, North in lane 3, Oswego's Co-op in lane 4, Plainfield's Co-op in lane 5, North once again, we'll see in this race in lane 6, and Rosary to round it out in lane 7. Again, this is the third heat of 4. And here they go with the third heat of 4. Right now in lane 4, it is Oswego's Co-op with a slight lead. They all make a transition very close to each other. Oswego fighting it out with Plainfield right now. But it looks to be lane 2 with a time of 24:07. That was Central's Mallinger. And that is a state qualifying time. The time to qualify for this event is 24:34. And there will be 2 here from this heat that qualify.
Indeed, a great race from both lanes 2 and 5, able to qualify for the IHSA state time.
Central takes the third heat of 4 in the 500 free. Here we go with the final heat. Rosary, Plainfield, 2 Nequas, West Aurora, and Oswego in lanes 2 through 7. There are your swimmers here for heat number 4 as we get set. And watch out for McKenna Stone and Megan Cisak from Nequa in lanes 4 and 5. Both on the top of the leaderboards, thanks to, or provided by Top Picks with records so far this year. First time we've seen Cisak so far today. Here comes McKenna Stone and Cezak. Going to be close for first here. Two Wildcats fighting for it. Who will take it? Five hundredths of a second separating Stone and Cezak. And it will be McKenna Stone in first for the Wildcats.
Neuqua Valley once again able to take some top 2 spots for an event today. They're off to a great start in this meet so far.
Stone and Cezak go 1 and 2 in the final heat of the 50 free, and wow, those times were fast.
For sure, Don. That's what you see. Some of the greatest teams in the Chicagoland area battling it out here.
We've got a pool record for McKenna Stone with a time of 22:70. 22:73 was the time to beat, and she got it by 300ths of a second.
Huh, wow.
Wow.
And we were talking about earlier, she set another record. This is her day today. Coming back to face her old rivals at, or excuse me, her former team at Metea Valley.
Good amount of state qualifiers out of that race. Again, the time to qualify for state was 24:34.
In 11th place, Leslie from Metea Valley. In 10th place, Cletus from North. In 9th place, Diamond from Oswego. And in 8th place, with the IHSA qualifying time of 24.20, Sonnenberg from Plainfield. In 7th place, with the IHSA qualifying time of 24.12, Jax from Rosary. And now the top 6 figures report to the loss. In 6th place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 24.10, Sonnenberg from Plainfield. In 5th place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 24.07, Manager from Naperville Central. In 4th place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 23.70, Luger from Oswego. In 3rd place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 23.69, Bolio from West Aurora. In 2nd place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 22.75, Cezak from Neuqua Valley. And in 1st place, with an IHSA qualifying time and a new pool record of 22.70, McKenna Stone, Neuqua Valley.
And obviously you can see there from Megan Cezak's reaction. She is happy for her teammate, McKenna Stone, who breaks the pool record and takes first for the 50-yard free. The Wildcats go 1 and 2, followed by West Aurora in third. The top 8 from that event have qualified for state. And we will go to a short break here. So don't go anywhere, folks, because next up we have the 100-yard butterfly. Again, Dominic Liacani, Jack Ashby here on Neuqua Media, giving you live coverage of the girls IHSA sectional swim meet here at Metea Valley High School from Aurora, Illinois. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this short break. And we are back here for the IHSA Girls Swim Sectional here. Dominic Liacani, Jack Ashby. So glad you could join us here. Here's the 100-yard butterfly. 4 heats of this for the total event. It'll be St. Francis in lane 3, followed by West Aurora in lane 4 and 5. And St. Francis to round it off in lane 6, and here we go. So, 2 St. Francis swimmers and 2 West Auroras going at it. As right now it is between the 2 West Auroras, and in lane 4 right now is Kylie Blaha, who has a lead over Lucen Kritschker, her West Aurora counterpart.
This is one of the first and few times that West Aurora has been able to get a nice lead and hopefully a strong heat finish for their school.
Here we go, final 25 with West Aurora still with a huge and comfortable lead over St. Francis. West Aurora's Kylie Laha with the win. She will come in first for this heat. And St. Francis right behind them. West Aurora goes 1-2 for this heat. And in lane 4 it was Kylie Blaha to take first place. So we'll move on to heat number 2. And here's who we have. Tabitha Torres in lane 2 for Bennett Academy, followed by Sophia Gastelik, also from Bennett in lane 3. Bridget Pollard from Plainfield's co-op team in lane 4. Emily Schulk from Mattia Valley in lane 5. Maria Lorena in lane 6 for the Waubonsie Valley Warriors. And Ashley Francoek in lane 7 for Plainfield's co-op. Here is heat 2 of 4 here in the 100-yard butterfly. And they are off. Quickly, Mattia Valley is the first to come up out of the water, and she is rolling right now. Mattia Valley with just a slight lead, but she is aggressive right now, Jack.
For sure, as well as Gaslick in lane 3, able to keep up.
Schulk from Mattia Valley holding a tight lead over Bennett Academy in lane 3. Now Bennett starting to come back. That's Sophia Gastelik. It's between her and Mattia Valley's Emily Schulk. Excuse me, it's Bridget Pollard in lane 4 fighting with Emily Schulk in lane 5. And it should be Pollard, I believe, from Plainfield to take first place, with Schulk from Mattia Valley coming in second. And exactly 0.4 of a second separating them. But Bridget Pollard comes back and gets some points on the board for Plainfield's co-op team.
For sure, Plainfield getting a first start at some points, potential points on the board. Not able to get much going here today. Maybe they'll be able to show up some more later in the event here today.
So let's go to heat number 3 with some new faces and some familiar faces. Elaine Carroll from Neuqua Valley in lane number 2, followed by Grace Mallinger from Central in lane 3. Lauren O'Connor from Rosary in lane 4. Amanda Schmidt in lane 5. She's from Mattia Valley. Hannah Giles in lane 6, part of that Oswego co-op team. And Kylie Mears rounds out the group. The Warrior from Wabanzi in lane 7.
Rosary, a clear top potential finisher in this heat with a strong seed time of 59:39.
But Schmidt right behind her from Mattia with that seed time of 59.40. Here we go, close so far. Mattia Schmidt with the lead so far. And it's slight over her Rosary and Oswego competitors. Here comes Schmidt with the last 50 of heat number 3 of the 100 butterfly. Schmidt from Mattia Valley. Trying to push it here for one last 25. She should take it for first place.
Here comes Elaine Carroll, too.
Did she come back and get second?
I believe she did.
Wow! Elaine Carroll comes all the way back. I believe she was in 4th or 5th place to start the race, and she climbed the mountain and took second. And that really gives the Wildcats some confidence, but the story here was definitely Schmidt from Mattia Valley High School taking first in this heat. And she will, Jack mentioned as well. I will mention that the IHSA state qualifying time is 57:89. Schmidt will qualify as well as Carroll.
Again, as you were talking about earlier, Elaine Carroll lagging back and forth in 5th place, but able to pull away and come back, secure a 2nd place finish for the Wildcats. And up next, we have Oswego, also doing a great job here today, keeping up with Neuqua Valley as well.
So here is the 4th out of 4 heats. Paige Collins from Naperville Central in lane number 2 to start it off. Izzy Patel from Rosary in lane 3. McKenna Stone is one to watch. She won state in this event last year. She's in lane 4 for the Wildcats. Amy Duhamel from Naperville North in lane 5. Alexa Skardowski from the Oswego co-op team in lane 6. And Lizzie Patterson will finish it off in lane 7 from Naperville North.
McKenna Stone setting 2 records earlier here today.
Let's see if she can make it number 3, Jack. Ambitious thinking, but she might have it on her mind here. The pool record right now is 54:93. Let's see if the state champion from last year and overtake that time. And here they go. Strong underwaters from McKenna Stone. And she is going right now in first. Lane 2's Paige Collins, though, behind her. Right behind her, in fact. Here comes McKenna Stone. Paige Collins, though, from Central, keeping up with her.
For sure, Dom. Paige Collins making a mistake back in her previous race. Stepped on the gas a little bit too much, losing some of her energy. I'm sure she wants to come back and atone for her mistakes.
McKenna Stone starting to pull away from Collins. Will she have the pool record Stone in first. And she will.
Oh, wow.
It's a pool record for McKenna Stone with a time of 53:04. She beats out the previous time at 54:93. It was an 8-year-old record that she just knocked off.
And not one, not two, but 3 records here today, Dom, for McKenna Stone. Nothing but short of an excellent performance here from the former Mustang racing at her former pool.
And that's another great storyline to keep in mind, Jack. This is McKenna Stone's old high school. She decided to come over to Neuqua Valley to join their swim team, and she has been a huge asset for the Wildcats, and she could possibly be a huge reason why they are going for a three-peat right now. But that event was all McKenna Stone. She breaks her 3rd record today. And what a day she is having.
I believe so. Her and Neuqua Valley as well. Starting to pull away a little bit from the other schools. Oswego attempting to keep up, along with Naperville Central.
And now the results from the 100-yard butterfly.
And Paige Collins from Naperville Central as well also broke that record too. But McKenna's will be recorded due to a faster time. But we do want to give Paige Collins that shout out as well. She took 2nd place and she also beat the old pool record. So 2 great competitors, a Red Hawk and a Wildcat, going at it in that final race. That was exciting, huh, Jack?
For sure, 2 DVC swimmers between Naperville and Neuqua Valley facing up against each other. This is not the first time they have, so it's a friendly sight to see.
Her 3rd event win today. Wow. What a job by McKenna Stone. And she is leading the Wildcats to a potential sectional victory here today. McKenna Stone with her 3rd event win, her 3rd pool record. And the Cal Berkeley bound senior has been dominant here so far. Here's the 100-yard freestyle, the first heat of 4. IMSA in lane 2, followed by Bennett Academy in lane 3. Lanes 4 and 5 occupied by Mustangs from Mattia. Lane 6 is West Aurora, and lane 7 is St. Francis.
Mattia Valley also doing a solid job here today, securing a nice middle spot throughout these teams. Overall, solid performance.
Little delay before we start. But here we go with heat number 1 of the 100-yard freestyle. And here they go. Right now it is lane 4's Allison Leslie from Mattia Valley. The pack. Gastelik from Bennett right behind her, and she will start to catch up. And a Mustang right behind them as well. With West Aurora looking to be in 3rd.
Mattia doing a great job of keeping a consistent pace for their own school, trying to score some much-needed points for the Mustangs.
Here we go. Last 25, I believe. Allison Leslie holding off Bennett. Mattia will win this one with Bennett and West Aurora behind them.
And Sarah Rush will fall to 4th place for the Mustangs.
So Allison Leslie from Mattia Valley will take this heat to start off our 6th event so far, the 100-yard free. As we get set for heat number 2. Kelly Fitzgerald from the Plainfield Co-op team will start it off in lane number 2. Grace Bergman in lane 3. She's from Waubonsie Valley. Maggie Tonis from Naperville Central. First time we've seen her today in lane 4. Paige Kolb. First time we've seen her as well from Naperville Central. Ellie Flippapek. Also the first time we've seen her today. She's from Waubonsie. And Abigail Sheldon will wrap it up in lane 7 from St. Francis.
Naperville Central in the middle of the pack right now when it comes to the rankings for this race. Hopefully trying to catch up to Neuqua Valley at the top. Let's see what this has in store for us.
So that will start off heat number 2 of 4. 2 Red Hawks. Colvin, Tonis fighting it out for first right now as they make the turn and finish the first 25 and making their way to the halfway point of this race is Paige Kolb right now of Central fighting off her counterpart Maggie Tonis. Kolb and Tonis, 2 Red Hawks fighting it out for the top spot. Make the transition at almost the exact same time. And here they come for the finish. The 2 Warriors right behind them, but it's between Kolb and Tonis. And it will be Tonis, I believe, to take first place, and she will. 2/100ths, about 2/100ths of a second, or excuse me, 2/10ths of a second separating them. So the Red Hawks from Naperville Central take spots 1 and 2 in the second heat of the 100-yard free.
Central doing a great job of swimming in that pack, but unable to get any qualifying times for state. We'll see if the 3rd heat will bring any qualifying times to the table.
And that qualifying time for state is 52:86. Again, we haven't seen anyone yet, but like you said, Jack, hopefully we do see some qualifying times in this 3rd heat. And speaking of the 3rd heat, here we go with Rosary in lane number 2, North in lane number 3. Rosary again in this race in lane 4, Naperville North in lane number 5, followed by IMSA in lane 6, and Bennett Academy to finish it in lane 7. Groslux, Swanson, Guerin, Sparacino, McBride, and Fitzgerald, 2 through 7 in this third heat. Right now it is lanes 4 and 5 fighting it out for first place, as well as lane 3. It's Swanson, Guerin, and Sparacino. And right now, here's Guerin from Rosary taking a lead halfway through the race. Guerin fighting off 2 Huskies right behind her. And those Huskies are Sparacino and Swanson. Sparacino right behind Rosary's Guerin. It should be Rosary here. Guerin. Jessica Guerin will take first with 2 Huskies right behind her, and second and third.
And Guerin will qualify for that state time as well on top of that first place finish.
Yes, she will, Jack, with a time of 51.82. She will qualify for state, the only state qualifier in that heat. So congratulations to her. Again, Jessica Guerin of Rosary fights off 2 Huskies and takes first in the third heat of the 100-yard freestyle.
Guerin able to get one of the very few qualifiers for Rosary here today. A great confidence boost for that school.
So here is the fourth and final heat of the 100-yard freestyle. It'll be Oswego's Co-op in lane 2, followed by Neuqua Valley in lanes 3 and 4, then West Aurora in lane 5. Plainfield, their co-op team will be in lane 6, and Oswego in lane 7. So the only 3 seed times that have qualified for state so far have been Neuqua Valley, both Neuqua Valley swimmers and West Aurora. Here they go. It's Czak from Neuqua Valley with a slight lead so far over West Aurora's Olivo and Plainfield's Sonnenberg, as well as Tiffany Ruan from Neuqua Valley in that mix. Megan Czak from Neuqua Valley, though, trying to hold on to her first place spot. She'll make the turn first. It'll be close with West Aurora and Plainfield right behind her, as well as her Neuqua Valley counterpart. Megan Czak, though, will hold them off and take first. And heat number 4 of 4.
Ruan as well able to secure a second place finish. She didn't have the best race early on in the meet, but able to redeem herself as a second place finisher in the 100-yard freestyle here today.
Top 5 will qualify for state in this heat. Congratulations to them. But it was all Megan Czak in this heat. And she will take first in the event as well with a time of 50.42. as we will send it down to the PA announcer in a few moments to get the official awards and honors, as well as the rankings. In second place for that heat was lane number 3's Tiffany Ruan, and then Olivia, or Annabelle Olivio from West Aurora.
In ninth place from Bakersfield North, Swanson. In eighth place from Oswego, Niner. In seventh place from Bakersfield North, Sparacino. And the top 6 finishers, please report behind the blocks. In sixth place from Oswego, with an IHSA qualifying time of 52.44, Molly Luger. In fifth place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 51.82 from Rosary, Jessica Jerrian. In fourth place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 51.77 from Plainfield, Carly Sonnenberg. In third place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 51.43 from West Aurora, Annabelle Olivio. In second place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 51.22 from Eagle Valley, Tiffany Ruan. And in first place, with an IHSA qualifying time of 50.42 from Eagle Valley, Megan Cezak.
And you can tell Megan Cezak very excited. And she is hyped.
One of the more vocal swimmers in that team, to say the very least.
Absolutely one of the more outgoing, and she is not afraid to show her personality and have fun, and she is letting everyone know that she's excited for her and her teammates as well. So that'll do it for the 100-yard freestyle. Jack, this is what I like to call the big one now. We'll head into the 500-yard freestyle.
As you like to call the 5 football field race we have coming up. It'll be indeed the longest of the day.
Event 7, 500-yard freestyle, heat 1 of 4.
Dom, you.
So here we go with heat 1 of the 500-yard freestyle. And like you said, I call it the 5 football field race. St. Francis in lane 3, Bennett in lane 4, West Aurora in lane 5, and St. Francis once again in lane 6. Here they go. This will be a long one. Stamina definitely comes into play with this one, Jack.
For sure, as I've talked about multiple times, stamina is definitely the key part in this race. You don't want to get too focused on the people ahead of you, but more focused to your stamina and how much you're able to let off the gas, and as well as put more on the gas in order to overtake your opponents.
Right now it is. And it's Megan Bennett in lane 4. She is in first with a nice lead. And what a fitting name for Megan Bennett as she goes to Bennett. Not quite spelled the same, but nevertheless, she has got a nice lead so far for the first heat of the 500 free.
For sure, she knows not to step too much on the gas. Very relaxed and calm strokes for Bennett. Very relaxed.
Still, Bennett's Megan Bennett in the lead in lane 4. And usually these 500-yard freestyle races could take upwards of 5 to 6 minutes, Jack.
For sure, definitely some of the longer ones as well. We have 4 heats, so folks, be prepared.
There was lap number 7. Now Bennett transitions into lap number 8 with West Aurora's Ashley Heatland right behind her in second place.
Bennett so far in the last place of the ranking so far. Looking to get some sort of glimmer of hope here for the Red Wings. All right, we also have an updated ranking schedule. Ranked 10, we have Lyle, Bennett Academy, with 17 points. Obanzi with 21 points. West Aurora with 40. Mattia Valley with 56. Plainfield North with only 90. Rosary with 105. Naperville Central with 118. Naperville North with 123. Oswego climbing up with 153, and Neuqua Valley with 206 points. So Neuqua Valley, Oswego East, and Naperville North are the top 3 finishers here today.
And that doesn't surprise me so far, especially with Oswego's co-op team being ranked 3rd in the state again. Thanks to Top Picks for providing us with that information. And Neuqua Valley ranked 2, so the top 2 in this one are definitely up there in the state rankings, and for good reason. Still, Megan Bennett for Bennett in the lead in this first heat of the 500-yard free. Again, this is Dominic Liacani and Jack Ashby. Super glad you could join us this afternoon for the girls' IHSA sectional swim meet here at Mattia Valley High School in Aurora, Illinois. We are here at the Mattia Valley Aquatic Center and their pool. Yeah, don't go anywhere. We have great coverage of this all day.
And I was talking about earlier the rankings. Oswego only about 50 points out from Neuqua Valley. Maybe they're able to put some points up on the board for their school in order to overtake the top school.
So lap number 18 there from Megan Bennett. So the last 75 for her. Still leading the pack and the way. And there's that loud air horn signifying that the final 50 is up for Megan Bennett. And here she goes. Almost looking to lap Capeless in lane 6 from St. Francis. Here we go. Megan Bennett from Bennett Academy. Fitting name and all, she will take heat number 1 of the 500-yard free with a time of 5:49.20. Here comes both St. Francis swimmers to finish it off. And that'll do it for heat number 1 of 4. Again, Megan Bennett from Bennett Academy will take this one. And in second, we have Ashley Heatland from West Aurora. Her time is 5:55.43. So as the swimmers do their cool down laps, we get ready to go to heat number 2. Of the 500-yard freestyle. Julia Buschenauer of Waubonsie Valley will start it off in lane number 2. Jacqueline Yap of Bennett Academy in lane 3. Isabella Delgado, lane 4. The Mustang from Mattia Valley. Grace Bergman out of Waubonsie Valley in lane 5. Emily Schulk from Mattia Valley racing with her counterpart in lane 4. Schulk is in lane 6. And Kylie Blaha of West Aurora in lane number 7.
All right, as well as the diving results, we have our results in. At 6th place, we have Logan Selski from Plainfield, as well as Amelia Sariga from Oswego. Riley O'Brien from Oswego as well. Amanda Spangler in 3rd place for Plainfield. Paitlin Orlow, Nico Valley in 2nd place. And, of course, Jane Rees with a score of 4:49.50 for Nico Valley. As Nico will secure the win for the dive.
So what we're seeing so far from this, at least first 50, athletes being more aggressive as they start at 500 free, and Mattia Valley's Isabella Delgado, I believe, trying to hold a lead over Waubonsie's Grace Bergman. It's Delgado and Bergman right now at the top of the pack, followed by a Red Wing and another Mustang. Again, this is heat number 2 of the 500-yard freestyle, and what we like to call the big one, a 5-football field race with lots of competitors competing in all of our events today from various different schools and academies. Fight for first, though, right now between Mattia and Waubonsie. That's Delgado and Bergman, respectively, in lanes 4 and 5.
As I was talking about earlier, you don't want to get too focused on who's next to you, but how much you have left as yourself. Don't want to get caught up in too much, as that could cost you to put your foot too much on the gas here. You don't want to waste too much of your energy early on.
Still, even through our first few laps, this has been a pretty tight race between the Warrior and the Mustang so far for first, with Delgado still having about an arm's length of a lead. And now she looks to be expanding a little bit here, Jack. So let's see, maybe she tries to step on the gas pedal for a short period of time to try to increase her lead so she can get comfortable. I don't know what she wants to do, but she is slowly starting to expand her lead over Bergman. Still Delgado in lane 4 with the lead. It's a tight race between her and Bergman out of Obanzi.
Indeed, and when you're pushing off in the 500 off of each lap, it's very crucial to not expand too much of your energy, because doing those flips as well as the push-offs, it does take a lot of your energy away, so you want to conserve as much of that as you can.
Just over halfway done with the race so far. This is heat number 2 of the 500-yard free. It's Delgado still leading over Bergman for first place, and no other swimmer in the frame as of now. And here's lap number 13 for the two of them. Today's meet has been an absolute pleasure to watch, Jack. It's been pretty close so far between multiple schools, and overall the competition has been, in my opinion, through the roof. It's been so exciting to watch these girls compete at this high of a level.
For sure, much agreed, Dom. I believe that the top 3 schools, Nico Valley, Oswego, and Naperville North, are doing such a great job of being competitive here today, not letting up at all. I believe that maybe some of the lower schools as well can make their way up to the top. But again, Nico Valley, as last time we checked, was up about 50 points from the next place. So we'll see if any other school is able to climb up the rankings.
Well, Matia Valley's Isabella Delgado starting to grow her lead just a little bit over Grace Bergman of Obanzi, but now here comes Bergman. Bergman's getting great push-offs to the wall. And you can hear the coaches on the side of the pool really letting them know that they need to get it going. Last 50. It's between Delgado and Bergman.
And Dom, this is where you'll start to see the swimmers push on the gas a little bit to gain an extra lead. You'll see Matia Valley starting to speed up as well on the final lap. Here they are.
And they make the turn at almost the same time. It'll be between Delgado and Bergman. Bergman really starting to push it. She's got that slight lead right now. It's going to be close for first. I think it was Bergman to take it.
Indeed it was, Dom. Bergman and Delgado neck and neck for almost all of the race. It appeared that Delgado had an extra lead, but Bergman able to stay competitive and conserve that energy up until the final point, overtaking her for first place. That'll be Wabanzi Valley for the first place in that heat.
With a time of 5:16.82. Grace Bergman just edges out Isabella Delgado. And Delgado looked to have a lead throughout the whole race there until Bergman really started to pick up the pace at the end. And she did a great job of conserving her energy until the end, Jack, and that's what you've been stressing about a lot.
For sure. It's one of the most crucial parts of not just the 500, one of the longer ones, but every race that you have. It's very crucial to each swimmer to know where you're at in terms of how many laps you're at and your pacing. And once you have all that stuff down, it makes you such an elite swimmer and very tough to race against.
I couldn't have said it better, and you're absolutely right there, partner. So that was heat number 2 of the 500-yard. And we are halfway done with the 500 now. This is easily the longest event of the day here as we get ready to move on to heat number 3. Morgan Sokol from Naperville Central, I believe the first time we've seen her today. She'll start it off in lane number 2. Riley Petrus from Plainfield's co-op team in lane 3 and lane 4. Lacey Mindek from Rosary. And Jenna Krull in lane 5, also from Rosary. Bridget Pollard. This is not the first time we've seen her today. She is from the Plainfield co-op team. And Elsie Weasel from Naperville North in lane number 7.
Naperville North, they are currently in the top 3 as well. See if they're able to pull up to a second place over Oswego and their co-op team.
Again, such a long event, this 500-yard freestyle, but it really showed this. In my opinion, this event I think shows the most character from these athletes, because it is. I personally could not do this, and many people in the world cannot do this. What these swimmers are doing, but wow, has it been a pleasure to watch these girls compete as heat number 3 is underway of the 500 free. Right now it's Pollard with a slight lead, but now it is both Sokol and Petrus fighting each other right now as they'll make the transition at about the same time. And the first 50 has passed.
Off to a very strong start for Petrus as well.
Yeah, Petrus and Sokol. Petrus from Plainfield, Sokol from Naperville Central. Petrus, though, looks to have just a slight arm's reach lead. As here is lap number 6 of 20.
Petrus looks to be expanding a lot of her energy, leaving some room for Sokol to catch up.
Still Petrus with the lead over Central Sokol. Right behind them in lane number 4 is Rosaries Minduck. Still tight between Petrus and Sokol, and now even lane 6 is Bridget Pollard, but Minduck as well, fighting her for that 3rd place spot. Pretty close race so far here, Jack.
Indeed, Petrus and Sokol neck and neck so far from what we're seeing today. Pollard seemed to have an early lead, but eventually slowing down a little bit. As well as Minduck lagging in 3rd place. Overall, Dom, this will come down to the wire.
Oh, I agree with you here. It's between Petrus and Sokol right now. They are certainly right next to each other as they make the transition once again. Petrus, what I've seen so far is Petrus gets a good push off the wall, but doesn't stay underwater as long as Sokol, so that's what evens them out. I believe they're both here on lap number 14 of 20.
And I believe, Dom, when you stay underwater for a lot longer of a period of time, it takes away less energy as you are pushed from the momentum underwater off the block.
Petrus now slight lead over Sokol. It's still going to be very close for first between lanes 2 and 3, and that's both Central and Plainfield.
And it's Sokol pulling away a little bit, wanting to get an edge over Petrus.
And she comes out from under the water first there, and now she looks to have a slight lead. These two have been trading leads back and forth. And Petrus's teammate with the number card of how many laps she is on is really telling her to push it here, and Coaches are as well. Here we go, last 50. This one is going to be close as well between Naperville Central and Plainfield's co-op team.
And you can start to see him kick it in the gear a little bit. It'll be Petrus and Sokol down to the wire here.
Petrus makes a transition just before Sokol. Final 25 here. Exciting action from Heat 3 of the 500 free here at the IHSA sectional meet.
Here
From
comes
Mattia,
Sokol.
here comes Sokol. This is going to be close. Sokol stepped on the gas. We'll see. Wow, look at that finish.
Oh,
7/100ths of a second separating the two. And Sokol comes from behind in the final 25. Kicks it in overdrive, and she will take first place for this heat. And wow, that was close.
Plainfield North just unable to gather points here. That would have been some key points for Petrus, but Sokol able to take the lead in this specific heat. And we do not have any qualifiers yet for state, but we will see in the fourth and final heat if there turns out to be any others.
Well, the time to qualify for state is 5:09:03. And we have 3 of those seed times in this final heat. Samantha Weigel from Naperville Central to start off in lane number 2. Courtney Wiest in lane number 3 for Oswego. Rachel Steggy, watch out for her with her sub 5-minute time in lane 4. Holly Weasel in lane 5 from Naperville North. Mackenzie Lipnick for Oswego's co-op in lane 6. And Kayla Brock rounds it out, the Wildcat from Neuqua Valley in lane number 7. And some interesting fun fact here that we should see from Rachel Steggy here is, if you've noticed the way that the numbers have been displayed on the ends of the pool for the 25s, after a 25 is swam, you'll see that there is a teammate standing outside, or standing off out of the pool with the number card saying what lap that the swimmer is on. Well, Rachel Steggy likes to count backwards from 20 instead of up to 20, and you'll see that here if her usual partner, Megan Cizak, holds out the board for her. So here we go, the final heat of the 500 free. Again, the orders of the lanes from 2 to 7, Central, Oswego, Neuqua, North, Oswego, and Neuqua. And Rachel Steggy takes a quick lead to start it off. And I believe it's McKenna Stone holding out the number card, but yes, you can tell that Rachel Steggy likes to count backwards from 20 instead of up to 20. Just a little fun fact there.
Steggy able to use her lengthy figure with those beautiful strokes here in the pool. She'll take first place, leaving almost everyone out of the frame, it appears.
Yeah, Rachel Steggy, wow. And just the first few laps, she has started to expand her lead with every stroke in the pool that she takes. And you can see coaches on the side, especially Coach Nefaris from Neuqua Valley, trying to really push his girls. And you can hear it, and it is all Rachel Steggy right now. Like you said, Jack, no one else really in the frame. But we know how dominant she is, and she will be going to the Olympic trials in the near future, and we congratulate her on that, as she still has a huge lead with North and Central fighting for second.
Wazell, apparent second place finisher as it looks to be right now.
Yeah, her and Weigel from Central fighting it for second right now. About halfway through the race here. With Rachel Steggy still leaving everyone in the dust, no one else in the frame. It is all Rachel Steggy right now, but behind her is North's Weasel and Central's Weigel, as well as Weiss from the Oswego co-op team. They're fighting for second, third, and fourth place right now, and North is starting to take that second place spot. That's Holly Weasel.
Naperville North able to gather some points here for the top. They're in the top three again with Oswego and Neuqua Valley. Some crucial points for them as well.
Russell still in second. Steggy still dominating in first. And really no surprise about that.
And Rachel has the current pool record of 4:54.28, so we'll see here if she's able to break that. And that was in 2018. That'll be her personal best.
You can really hear Coach Nefaris on the side cheering and motivating Rachel on to try to beat that record, Jack. And this right here is one of the huge reasons why Neuqua Valley High School has been so dominant and why they have won back-to-back state championships. Rachel Steggy continuing to edge her name in the history books for IHSA Girls Swim and Dive. Here is her final 50, and she's really going to try to push it here. There she goes. Rachel Steggy, clear first place winner. Will she have the record? Wow! 4:40.03. What a run there from Rachel Steggy. She crushes her old record.
By 4 seconds, Dom, it appears.
14 seconds.
14, excuse me. An awesome performance from Rachel Steggy. That'll be one for the books, Dom.
And that is why she is going to the Olympic trials later next year. But are you serious? With a 4:40.03, beating her old record by 14 seconds?
Nothing short of an outstanding performance from Rachel Steggy in Neuqua Valley High School here today. Evidently taking the first place finish here in the sectional meet.
So I'm not sure if that's a personal record for her, but it should definitely be up there. Huge pool record from Rachel Steggy. Again, easily in first. And second, we have Wessel from Naperville North. And in third is Guist from Rosary. I believe that everyone here in this heat has hit the qualifying time for state. But what a performance from the Wildcat. She dominated all year, and this was by far her most dominant performance of the year.
second place with an IHSA qualifying time of 4:57.60 from Naperville North, Holly Westwood. And in first place with an IHSA qualifying time of 4:40.03 and a new pool record from Eagle Valley, Rachel Steggy.
Rachel Steggy with a 4:40.03. She also shatters the record she set at last year's IHSA state meet. Last year she swam a 4:48.87. And we will take a short break before we get onto our final few events of the day. Jack, I'm still in shock from that dominant performance, but we'll take a short break here from the IHSA sectional girls swim meet here from Atia Valley High School in Aurora, Illinois. Dominic Liacani and Jack Ashby, glad you can join us here on Nequa Media. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the conclusion of this sectional meet. IHSA girls sectional swim meet here from Metea Valley High School in Aurora, Illinois. This is the first heat of the 100-yard backstroke. And we are set to go. It'll be IMSA, St. Francis, Plainfield Co-op, another IMSA, West Aurora, and St. Francis. Right now it looks to be lane 4's Maddie Schmitz from Plainfield with a nice lead over her competitors, and lane number 3's Abigail Sheldon from St. Francis in second, fighting for it with lane 6's Lutzenkricker from West Aurora, but it is all Plainfield Co-op's Schmitz right now.
Schmitz doing a great job of having a steady lead so far here today in the first heat. And she'll take the first place.
So Schmitz keeps a solid lead throughout the race and will take home first in the first heat. Again, Schmitz from Plainfield takes home first in the first heat of the 100-yard backstroke as we move into heat number 2. Of the 100-yard backstroke will be Metea in lane 2, followed by Wabanzi in lane 3. Metea again in lane 4, followed by Bennett Academy in lane 5. Naperville Central in lane 6, and another Wabanzi Valley Warrior in lane 7. We'll round it out for this group in the second heat. Has been an exciting day so far, though, Jack, and I can't quite comprehend Rachel Steggy's performance here in the previous 500-yard race in the final heat. It was incredible.
I have to agree with you, Dom. Nuco Valley just doing a great job of coming out here and doing their thing, dominating the competition here today. Although Oswego East and Naperville North not too far behind last time we checked.
It has been a good meet so far, with just 2 more events remaining. Reif, Schneider, Mears, Schroeder, Yep, Willard, and Ball, lanes 2 through 7. It is pretty close so far to start. It looks to be lane 2 with Reif Schneider with a slight lead. Now it looks to be lane 6's Willard from Central, but Reif Schneider still trying to keep that lead as well. They all make the transition fairly close to one another. And this has been one race so far, at least to start, Jack, that we haven't really been able to tell a true leader of the pack.
For sure, a very close race here so far, but let's see which teams are going to start to pull away.
Now it's between lane 3's Kylie Mears and lane 6's Elizabeth Willard. Central against Wabanzi here. Mears really starting to pick it up, and she should take first, and she will. Just barely, it looks like. Kylie Mears sneaks her hand in there, and she does in lane number 3 with a time of 1:81.
About 2 seconds away, or excuse me, 3 seconds away from qualifying, but unfortunately not close enough.
So there was heat number 2 of the 100-yard backstroke, and now we move into heat number 3 of the 100-yard backstroke. Morgan Sokol from Naperville Central in lane number 2, followed by Tiffany Ruan in lane number 3 from Neuqua Valley. Megan Eng from Rosary in lane number 4. Carson White in lane number 5 from the Oswego Co-op team. Kendall Sonnenberg from the Plainfield Co-op team in lane 6, and Mara Fitzgerald from Bennett Academy in lane number 7 rounds it out for heat number 3.
We have an updated ranking sheet. It appears everyone has stayed in the same exact place except Naperville North and Naperville Central, both tied for 3rd place. In front of them is Oswego East with 184 and 239 for Neuqua Valley. And then North and Central for Naperville have 144 as they are tied.
So heat number 3 of the 100-yard backstroke here at the IHSA girls sectional swim meet here from Mattia Valley in Aurora, Illinois. And they are off. Heat number 3. Tiffany Rowan looks to have just a slight lead over her competitors in lanes 4 and 5. And she does a great job with the underwaters here, but now look at lane 5's Carson White from Oswego starting to get those strokes a little bit more smoother and refined, and she will start to take more of a lead over Ruan in lane number 7's Fitzgerald from Bennett. Now it's Ruan to take over that 2nd place spot once again. It's still all Carson White right now. And she is leading in this event. Ruan trying to hold on to that 2nd place spot. Right behind her is Megan Ang. And it was Carson White for Oswego, followed by Tiffany Ruan in 2nd. And those top 2 times are going to be good enough to qualify for the IHSA state meet.
Neuqua Valley with many state qualifiers here so far today.
So 1st and 2nd place, Carson White and Tiffany Ruan both get good enough times to qualify for state. As we get ready to move into the 4th and final heat of the 2nd to last event today. Again, this is the 100-yard backstroke, getting ready for heat number 4. Amanda Ning from Naperville North in lane 2. Annabelle Olivo from West Aurora in lane 3. Jessica Grand from Rosary in lane 4. Megan Cizak in lane 5 from Neuqua Valley. Skylar Ruggles, the first time I believe we've seen her today from the Oswego Co-op team. And Claire Jansen, also the first time we may have seen her today. She's in lane 7 representing the Huskies of Naperville North.
Jerain from Rosary, a clear one to watch out for, with a seed time of 55:18.
And here they go. Final heat of the 100-yard backstroke. Close so far between Gran, Cizak, and Olvo. Cizak with that slight lead, but Grain is trying to match her reach, and Grain looks to have now the slight lead over her. This is going to be a very close race to the finish, I believe, Jack.
Indeed, Dom. Neuqua Valley trying to keep up.
And now Grain is going to start to get a lead over Cizak. Here we go.
Grain expanding a little bit over Cizak as she will take that lead and build more and more upon it.
It should be Jessica Grain from Rosary to take first. Cizak right behind her from Neuqua. And another pool record here today with a time of 54:77, and the old record being 56:59. Rosary breaks it, and that record just lasts for 2 years. The record from 2018 gets broken by Jessica Grain from Rosary with a time of 54:77.
Overall, great job from each and every team here today at the sectional meet. Breaking multiple records here today in the Mattia Valley pool.
I believe Megan Cizak also broke that record, but so Rosary breaks their old record from 2018 in this pool. Cizak also broke the record, but she comes in second behind Jessica Grain of Rosary. And we will have the results of the 100-yard backstroke coming up right now.
And now the results of the 100-yard backstroke. In 12th place from Plainfield, Sonnenberg. In 11th place from Bennett, Fitzgerald. In 10th place from Rosary, Yang. And in 9th place from Naperville Central, Sokol. In 8th place with IHSA qualifying time of 57.97, Ruan. In 7th place with an IHSA qualifying time of 57.82 from Naperville North, Eve. Now the top 6 finishers, please report behind the blocks. In 6th place with an IHSA qualifying time of 57.56 from Oswego, Carson White. In 5th place with an IHSA qualifying time of 56.87 from Naperville North, Claire Jansen. In 4th place with an IHSA qualifying time of 56.39 from Oswego, Skylar Ruggles. In 3rd place with an IHSA qualifying time of 56.35 from West Aurora, Annabelle Monguito. In 2nd place with an IHSA qualifying time of 55.54 from Eco Valley, Megan Cizak. And in 1st place with an IHSA qualifying time of 54.77 and a new pool record from Rosary, Jessica Jerry-Ann.
So Jessica Gurian, we were pronouncing it wrong all this entire time, and we apologize for that. Gurian will take first, and I believe this is the first event that Rosary has won outright today, so congratulations to them. And Jessica Gurian on the outstanding pool record she has just set. And we will head into the final event of the day, the 100-yard breaststroke. And the qualifying time for state for this event is 1:06:46, a minute, 6 seconds, and 46 milliseconds is needed. And here's the first heat. Anna Mueller from St. Francis in lane number 3. Kaylee Lundberg from West Aurora in lane number 4. Ashley Heatland, we've seen her multiple times today in lane number 5, also from West Aurora. And Marie Carlson, I believe this is the first time we've seen her today. She is in lane 6.
Event
Lundenberg, as you're talking about earlier, Dom, a clear candidate for the winner at the first heat for West Aurora.
And here they go. Right now it is Lundberg with a nice lead over her counterpart from West Aurora as well, Ashley Heatland. As well as Anna Mueller in the mix for second as well. But it is Lundberg right now. Looking very smooth and silky in the water as she makes the turn, and she's halfway through her 100-yard breaststroke. Makes a turn, and this is her final 25 with Heatland right behind her, and Mueller is also chasing that second place spot. Lundberg with a very comfortable lead right now, and she will easily take first place in this heat. And she'll finish with a time of 1:14.08. Close race for second, but it should be West Aurora's Ashley Heatland in second place. So Lundberg from West Aurora takes the top spot in this heat. Again, the time to qualify for state is 1:06.46. And we will get set for heat number 2. Again, this is the 100-yard breaststroke. Sophia Cash from Bennett Academy in lane 2. Sophia Hayes in lane 3 for the Red Hawks of Naperville Central. Maddie Bohr from Plainfield's co-op team in lane 4. Nino Mia in lane 5 for Plainfield's co-op team as well. So Plainfield co-op will go 4 and 5 with the lanes. Amiha Selman from Wabanzi Valley in lane 6. And Walbridge from Tia Valley High School, again, so hosting this sectional in lane 7. Hayes right now, great job with the underwater so far there, Jack, with her being able to get the early lead.
For sure. We talked about multiple times, Dom, that underwater is such a crucial part of each swimmer, such as Ruhi Cheaton, who is a Neuqua Valley swimmer, uses her underwaters to her advantage as well. But
halfway through here, now it's starting to get tight for first. Hayes with the lead here, but Bohr and Mia are right behind her. Nino Mia up there with Sophia Hayes for first place. It's going to be close. Hayes with great underwaters there. That gave her just a tad bit more pad to her lead. She's going to keep extending. Is this Sophia Hayes for first? And it is. The Red Hawk takes first. 2 of Plainfield's co-op swimmers come in second and third.
Plainfield team is able to get some points up there on the board for their own team. They're in 6th place as of now, but hopeful to move up the leaderboard.
Well, there was just great underwaters there from Sophia Hayes at the end, Jack. I really have to say, I like the way she paced herself through that race, and I also like the way that she was able to push on the gas pedal, as we like to say, especially towards the end of the races. She did a great job with that.
For sure, pacing is all about finding your own pace and how you want to work out the race yourself. It's a very crucial part of being a swimmer, knowing when to, again, step on the gas pedal and step off of it.
Well, absolutely, I could not agree more. Here's heat number 3. Ali Flipapek from Wabanzi Valley in lane number 2. Abby Zadorsky from Oswego's Co-op in lane 3. Tabitha Torres in lane 4 from Bennett. Madeline Conrad from Naperville North in lane 5. Hillia Hughes in lane number 6 from Mattia Valley. And Jessica Sanders, this is not the first time we've seen her today, from Central in lane number 7.
Oswego and Naperville North in this specific heat. Maybe we'll be able to get some points here on the board to declare a clear second place finisher.
Tabitha Torres right now with just a slight lead, but here comes Mattia Valley's Hillia Hughes and Sanders as well, trying to match her. Hughes and Sanders in lanes 6 and 7 on the end of your screen. They still have the lead here as we progress into the final 50 of this heat. You can really see to the left side of your screen the Mattia Valley Mustangs, their swimmers and their coaches really cheering on Hughes right now. She's trying to put the pedal to the metal and win this one. She's got the lead. It's going to be close though between her and Torres. Torres starting to pull away a little bit here. Here we go, last part of the 25 between Torres and Hughes. Torres pushing, and it'll be close to see who gets first. It was, I believe, Mattia Valley.
Wow.
0.07 of a second separating them. One of the closer races we've seen all day. Hughes snatches victory from Torres, as Torres will take second for Bennett Academy. What a race that was.
For sure, Dom. Hughes looked to appear had the lead the whole time, but Torres all of a sudden catching up as well. Great job by the Mustang, able to secure that lead throughout and put the pedal to the metal at the final seconds of the race.
So there was heat number 3 of 4 of the 100-yard breaststroke. We move into the final heat of the final event of the day. Heat number 4 of the 100-yard breaststroke. Ruhi Cheaton, the freshman Wildcat, in lane number 2 from Neuqua Valley. Sarah Jazz from Rosary in lane number 3. McKenna Stone, she's won multiple events and set multiple pool records today. Could she make this number 4? We'll find out. She's in lane 4 out of Neuqua Valley. Alyssa Brott from Rosary in lane 5. Lauren Weil from Oswego's Co-op in lane 6. And Cameron Schmidt in lane 7 for Naperville North. Again, this is the final heat of the day. This is the final event of the day, the 100-yard breaststroke. Again, the time to qualify for state is 1:06:46. Right now it is McKenna Stone with an early lead right now, and behind her in lane number 5 is Alyssa Brott from Rosary. Now it's Lauren Wiles from Oswego's Co-op team trying to fight for second. McKenna Stone, though, has a decent lead here. Maybe she'll try to expand it with the underwaters.
It'll be Rosary, be Brott trying to catch up to a McKenna Stone, but McKenna Stone seems to be pulling away a little bit here.
Here's McKenna Stone. Like you said, Jack, she is pulling away from the competition. Last 25 right here, but here comes Rosary's Brott and Oswego's Weil. It should be McKenna Stone to win her 4th event of the day. Is this another pool record? Oh my goodness, McKenna Stone Are you kidding with number 4?
Dominate.
The old record held in 2014 by Wabanzi with a time of 1:03.97. McKenna swims a 1:01.77. My goodness, McKenna Stone.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 records set here today by McKenna Stone. A great performance from the former Mustang. Can't really see anything short of perfect here.
Have a day, McKenna Stone. 4 pool records in her former home. And she has been dominant and a huge reason why Neuqua Valley has been so successful, not just throughout the year, but today as well, Jack.
For sure, outstanding performance from Neuqua Valley, and this should wrap up a clear win for them here at Sectionals, although it should be a very tight one for Naperville North and Oswego. We'll have to see the final results here in a bit.
Well, let's listen into the final results of the 100-yard breaststroke.
Again, thank you guys for tuning in to Neuqua Media on YouTube. We appreciate you guys being able to support us, and we love having you here today.
Now, while we wait for the final results here, we want to get, let's listen to the results. McKenna Stone stands on the podium as number 1 in the events that she has swam today. 4 pool records, 4 event wins for the Wildcats. And she has been amazing for the Wildcats this whole season and for this sectional meet today. Now, while we wait for our final scores and the results of the sectional, just want to give a huge thank you to our camera operator, Missy Ramasoon, and our director, Gracie Torres. They do fantastic work for Neuqua Media, and we could not thank them. We can't thank them enough for helping us out today here at Metea Valley for the girls swim sectional meet. I also want to give a huge shout out to Miss Lisa Trout. Without her, this whole operation would not run, and we appreciate that so much here. So we will wait for the results. Again, don't go anywhere. Again, want to give a huge thank you to my director, Gracie Torres, camera operator, Missy Ramasoon. Could not thank you guys enough for being here and helping us out. But we will wait for the results of this sectional meet. So don't go anywhere. Dominic Liacani and Jack Ashby here on Neuqua Media. And we will have the celebration and the trophy presentation of the sectional trophy here in just a bit. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
And now the final meet results. In 10th place, Bennett. In 9th place, Wabansi Valley. In 8th place, West Aurora. In 7th place, Mattia Valley. In 6th place, Plainfield. In 5th place, Naperville Central. In 4th place, Rosary. In 3rd place, Naperville North. In 2nd place, Oswego. And your 2020 sectional champions, Equa Valley.
So that does it. The results are in. And the Neuqua Valley Wildcats have won the 2020 IHSA Mattia Valley Girls Swim Sectional. What a dominant performance both on the diving board and in the pool as they are getting ready to celebrate right now. I believe they're gonna jump in the pool here. Megan Cezak's got her GoPro with her. What an exciting time here for the Wildcats. Here they go. The Wildcats are your 2020 IHSA sectional champions.
Overall, great effort from all the schools that attended here. Again, special thank you to the Mattia Valley administration for giving us a great opportunity here to host this special broadcast. Dom, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure announcing with you too as the girls jump in. And this is a moment they will never forget. And they hold up that plaque with pride. What a job by the Wildcats today. It was pure domination from start to finish. Whether it was Peyton Orlow and Jane Reese on the diving board to McKenna Stone and Megan Cezak and Rachel Steggy in the pool, there was no question that Neuqua Valley was going to win this sectional. What a dominating performance by the Wildcats. And this is something, Jack, like I said before, they'll never forget.
Oh, for sure, Dom. With such a tight-knit team like the Neuqua Valley Wildcats, it's so amazing to see how far this team's come despite COVID-19. They show that they're still a powerhouse of a team and that they're still able to accomplish so much. And it's really such a special sight to see here, Dom.
So that'll do it here for Neuqua Media. It was a pleasure joining you today for the IHSA Girls Swim Sectional here from Mattia Valley High School. As we wrap up again, I just want to give another huge thank you to our director, Gracie Torres, our camera operator, Missy Rambasoon, as well as Miss Lisa Trout. Without her, this whole operation would not be going on. So we appreciate that. We also want to give a huge thank you to the Mattia Valley Athletic Department and Administration for allowing us to do this. That's all here from Mattia Valley High School in Aurora, Illinois. The Neuqua Valley Wildcats come out victorious and win the 2020 IHSA Girls Swim Sectional Championship Jack, any final words before we wrap it up today?
I just want to say what a pleasure it's been, Dom, this year, broadcasting with you and having the privilege to broadcast with Nico Media. It's been a pleasure overall. Thank you, everyone, for watching and sticking with us throughout the season, and we'll hope to see you soon.
So that'll do it. For Jack Ashby and Dominic Liacani, myself, we appreciate everyone watching. Have a great night, everyone, and congratulations to the Wildcats on a dominant sectional victory.